He doesn't know whether to take his Mac or not.
Tell him to take it, then it won't.
No, you never know. Thanks. Apr showers.
Hello, darling. You're not getting it cheaper yet, then?
What?
You know, they give you a little book with coupons in. And orange juice and cod liver horrible and all.
Do you fancy a glass of something?
Me? Cow juice? Not till they start making it beer-flavoured, look. Hey, do you think if they fed the cows on hops, they might have a...
Very lively this hour of the morning.
I should think so. I'm going to see my favourite customer. Present company accepted, of course.
It's a good job you thought to add that. I've got 1 or 2 jobs for you.
Right, I'll see to you after I've done Mrs. Tanner, right?
Okay.
You're early on job this morning, aren't you?
Well, I might say the same about you, mightn't I? I mean, how do I know you haven't been out cat burgling all night?
She's making a right exhibition of herself over this rent business, you know. And it won't make a blind bit of difference. It never does.
I don't know. You can't blame a girl for trying, really, now, can you?
She just wants to get herself talked about.
Well, no doubt you'll help in that little quarter, won't you, love?
Hey, what's she having done?
Just a few little booby traps to fool the bailiff, you know.
Oh, aye. What's she going to do? Pour boiling fat on his head from bedroom window?
Hey, now, that's not a bad idea, is it? I mean, they always say that there's everything's fair in love and rent disputes. No, my idea is a very crafty one. It's very subtle, you know. It's a little dodge we used to use during the war in the commandos.
Why?
Well, you see, it's like this. You attach something to the knocker, and when the poor little fella comes along, he goes rat-tat-tat on the door, you see.
And?
Oh! Well, I then managed to get some lucky.
Who are you talking to?
When?
Just now at the door.
Ooh, someone gorgeous. He's got a white sports car and a cabin cruiser. And he wants me to go to London with him for the weekend.
Good. Well, remind me before you go. 1 or 2 things you can get for
Oh,
me.
yeah.
Hey, I have not finished with that.
No, and look at the clock. You're not a bit jealous, you, are you?
All right, so I'll change to the bedpost when the coal man
You
comes.
might at least pretend.
Wasted effort. No, you never look at another man when he got me.
Ooh, for 2 pins, I'd crown you.
Yeah, except you know what, it's true.
Anyway, if anybody has got cause to be jealous, it's me.
What, just because Mrs. Smith gives me an extra $1 for gravy?
All them sex kittens hanging around you. Who's Mrs. Lewis?
I hope you weren't referring to Lucille Hewitt.
Plus all the ones I don't know about.
Anyway, I think you got the kid all wrong. She probably did want that photograph for the paper or whatever it is.
They did.
Crush my eye. When did she ever set eyes on me?
Oh, she will. You just wait. They get to the stage when they make any excuse.
Well, I suppose you ought to know. Not so long since you were a screaming teenager yourself.
Bread pudding it's oven.
Yeah, of course. Here, you better take that.
All right,
See?
Well, anyway, she'll let you have it back later. Try.
Good.
Try, Ken.
Charlotte.
Try. Any excuse.
She's the woman who runs the canteen.
Who is?
Mrs. Smith.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's 15 stone and got 11 grandchildren. And I wouldn't mind, but it's such blooming awful gravy.
Ah, the early bird.
Yeah, well, you can stop looking zappy. I'm not come spending.
Oh, really?
Now, all this stuff you give me about Mrs. Tanner, control tenancies and court orders, it's all a lot of me eye and Betty Martin. I thought I'd let you know.
Oh, I beg your pardon, Mr. Tetlock, but I can assure you that...
I go and tell it to her in good faith and land myself in all heap of trouble. Not to mention her.
But I did explain to you that the Rent Act of 1957...
Yes, we know all about that. But the fact is she went to stop with her daughter for a bit, and it seems she let the tenancy lapse until September.
Oh, I see. This means, then, that the property became decontrolled.
And on the strength of what I told her, from you, she let the bailiff in and he's gone and impounded her furniture.
But this is absolutely dreadful. You must realise, Mr. Tetlock, that I wasn't to know that...
I don't know what she was to know and what she wasn't to know. All I do know is she led us up the garden path good and proper. And look, if you've got no better to do than to waste folks' time by telling them half a story, I don't see much hope of you getting councillor stuck in front of your name. Good morning.
Mr. Tetlock. Mr. Tetlock.
are, darling. That's you in the fix. You'll be all right now.
Ah! I'll bite you.
Lovely. Hey, you're not going to fortify yourself in there, are you?
Oh, where'd I put it?
What?
Me fly spray.
You're a bit previous, aren't you?
No, I'll squirt of that and he'll run a mile.
Who? Oh, him. Hey, you know, I'm beginning to feel sorry for that poor little blighter.
Oh. Did you make sure you done me catch on the door?
Darling, it's as safe as houses. A whole troop of commandos couldn't come in here now.
It's not them I'm worried about. I'd invite them in for a cup of tea. It's the bailiffs I'm worried about. Now, perhaps I'll put it outside somewhere.
Hey, how much food have you got in?
Oh, 1 or 2 tins of this and that. Should have thought of that before you come. I'm not starting making stuff now.
Well, it wasn't really breakfast I was thinking of. It was more like teas and suppers and things like that. Hey, I tell you what I could do, though. Put some bars on your window and your dirty big sideboard against the front door. And we'll stay in here and defy the whole world, eh?
I don't see us defying the whole world for long on 2 tins of corned beef and a tin of pineapple chunks.
Oh, you don't have to worry about me, though. I'm like a camel, you know. I can go for days without food. Anyway, if I'm stuck in here with you, and there's nobody else, just you and me, on our lonesomes, who's interested in eating?
Want to interrupt you if you're busy.
Oh, I never mind if it's company when I'm doing that. Whoops, especially this job.
People think I'm funny because I don't mind housework at all. Polishing's my favourite.
Yeah, I don't mind polishing. You know, you've nearly finished when you get round to that.
Oh, I suppose you know Sonny Jim's not coming back.
Yes, I heard about it.
Yes, of course. Well, I did think at first that perhaps he just fancied going on a little holiday and he'd be coming back.
Oh, well, perhaps he gets somebody else in.
Not like Sonny Jim. He was a lovely lad.
Shetstone?
Oh, yes, he had depths to him. I knew he had a good heart because Bobby took to him from the start. Cats know. You know, people used to say it cost me all my pension to feed him, but that wasn't true.
Oh, well, now he's gone, I expect you'll find it a lot easier to manage.
No, that's just the trouble. I know he used to get behind with his rent, but he always straightened it up in the end. And if he'd had a good day, he used to bring back little extra bits and pieces for the larder. Got to have you a big, strong girl, Ma, he'd say.
Oh, I see.
Only now with Sonny Jim's money not coming in and the rents having gone up, well, it was my club money I was thinking of.
The hairdressing? Oh, for goodness sake, you don't have to worry about that, Mrs. Caldwell. You're under no obligation to keep it up. It's quite all right.
No, well, I was wondering, have you got a note of what's in so far?
Yes, hang on, I'll have a look. 13 and 6. Would you like me to give it you back?
Well, I wouldn't ask, only my gas bill
Here we
was
are.
due.
Here's 10 bob. 13 and 6.
That was towards me week term. Martha and Ina and I, we always like to go out for a day off. And I do like to try and look nice, but, oh, well, I suppose I can shampoo it up and set it myself.
Come in.
Hello, Mrs. Caldwell. Treating yourself to a new hairdo, are you?
No, not just now.
Oh, well, I came in to see if you could do me on Monday instead of tomorrow.
Monday, yeah. I thought you liked it fresh for the weekend.
Yeah, well, I do as a rule, but we've got some friends coming in. You've got to make a bit of an effort.
Well, I know I'm free about 10, if that's all right.
Fine. We met them last weekend. They're ever such a nice couple. Harry knows him from work. And they've got one of those new semis up at Priory Park. Oh, it's that lovely and open there and so clean.
Well, ta-ta.
Tam,
So, Mrs.
do you know she's had our frilly curtains up since they moved in 3 months ago, and you'd swear they'd only been washed yesterday.
Oh, that would just suit me down to the ground. One of them big houses with long windows and pots of trailing ivy in the porch and a garden.
Yeah, and you know they've got central heating built in with the house. Lucille couldn't get over it. No fires to make up, and the whole place lovely and warm.
Oh, talking about Lucille, I've been teasing the life out of Ken.
Oh, I meant to tell you, I made a mistake.
Oh, go on, he will be disappointed.
Oh, no. One of the girls wanted his photograph, all right. Only it wasn't Lucille. She told me all about it. You know, the photo. Apparently, it was for one of the girls in Kenneth's own school.
Oh.
Webster, look, hey, I'm not telling you again.
Oh, they're
lost their term, have they?
Oh, we're all in need of a break, I suppose.
Oh, I'm sure you are, Mr. Barlow. You work terribly hard. You know, some people think that teachers have an easy time of it, but I never have.
Williams!
I expect you've made lots of plans for your holidays and that.
No, just a quiet time at home. What about you? Lots of Easter eggs, I suppose.
Oh, honestly, Mr. Barlow.
Oh, I don't know. I'm a little older than you are, and I still find it a very pleasant custom. I know my wife certainly expects one every Easter. She likes those with little sugar violets on.
Oh, well, yeah, I suppose the more sophisticated ones are all right. Are you going on the school hike?
Not this year, no. You should enjoy it, though. They usually have a good time.
Oh, I'm not going neither. I mean, them things are all right for the younger ones, you know.
Yeah. Coming?
Oh, best of luck, Elsie. We're all with you in spirit, you know.
That'll good, that'll do and all.
Oh, Mrs. Tanner, I was wondering if I could be of any help to you.
Well, it's nice to know that everybody hasn't deserted the sinking ship.
Well, I wanted to tell you how sorry I was about what happened with the bailiffs, and I think you're very brave, and I haven't got much. But if they do take your furniture, I can let you have a little table and a couple of chairs and my mother's feather mattress.
Well, that's very nice of you, love. Very nice of you indeed, but it won't be necessary.
Oh, it's ever so comfy.
No, I say it won't be necessary because my furniture won't be going out because the bailiffs won't be coming in. I've had a new lock made, and Charlie Peace himself couldn't get in to number 11, I might tell you, without this key. I'll show you. Here.
Oh, why, whatever's the matter?
It's the old key. Hecky thump, I've locked myself out.
Two and 11, and 3 and 11.
Nay, she didn't say.
Oh, them'll do.
Yes, very good.
Hey, hang on.
Go on, pigs will fly.
Jack walking out shopping.
Oh, and I hate it, Harry. I always do something wrong. You know, my worst thing is changing a library book. She expects me to remember every daft love story she's had out over the past 25 years, and I always bring her back so much she's read.
Yeah.
I'll leave her, Mr. Swindley. Mrs. Walker can come in herself in the morning, then there'll be no arguments.
Very well, Mr. Walker.
Well, can I have 2 ounces of this, please? I think Mrs. Hewitt picks them up on Friday.
Yes, Mr. Student, yes.
Oh, yes, I remember. The blue chunky.
Right.
Just a minute.
Hey, did you hear about the smuggle down at Elsie Tanner's at dinner time?
Nay, don't tell me they've got in after all.
No, not the bailiffs. No, it was Len, you see. Apparently she asked him to put a new lock on the door and then went out with the old key.
He had to break it in to let her in again. Everything happens to Elsie. Still, she's showing a bit of gumption. You've got to gear that.
Oh, aye, she's not kidding now, can't you?
I think this was the one.
Yeah, I don't know. But wrap it up, will you? Hey, Len said she's got the place like a small fortress, you know. Mind you, she wouldn't have had all this bother in the first place if she hadn't let the bailiffs in, you know.
Oh, that was the fly in the ointment, all right. Once he got his foot inside the door and impounded the stuff, the battle was halfway over for him.
Yeah, right there. Well, I'm off. Right, thanks very much.
Bye.
Good day, Mr. Swindley.
Bye.
Good day. Oh, dear. Rather afraid I put my foot in it there, Mr. Student. To use a vulgar, effect expression.
If you mean about Mrs. Tanner, they'd no right to make insinuations. You were only being helpful.
Trying to be, Mr. Student. Trying to be. The pity of it is that I hadn't acquainted myself sufficiently with the facts of Mrs. Tanner's case.
Well, then it wasn't your fault.
And in the retelling of those facts, I'm afraid Mr. Tatlock's enthusiasm probably ran away with him and thus even further misled the poor lady.
Oh, yes. He probably got it all mixed up.
Nevertheless, Miss Student, nevertheless, I must accept a certain amount of responsibility for Mrs. Tanner's present predicament. There's only one course of action open to me. I can't repair the damage done, but I can and must apologize.
We leave here at 6:30 in the morning by train, and then we get the boat from Dover. My dad says I'll never get up in time, but I will because I won't sleep a wink.
You don't want to get there all washed out.
Oh, I won't. I'll be like a bottle of pop that's all shook up. Honestly, I don't know I'm going to wait till August. Have you ever felt like that? All sorts of bursting out?
No, can't say I have, really.
Oh, I think we all have at some time or another.
Yeah, well, I best go and get my list ready.
Your list?
Yeah, things I'm going to take with me.
Oh, yes, you better do that. After all, you've only got another 4.5 months to get ready. Oh, and thank Concepta for the bread, love. She needn't have bothered.
Oh, it's all right. Try.
Oh, isn't she up in the clouds?
Yeah, I wish you wouldn't encourage her to pop in too often, love.
She only came to bring the bread back.
Well, you're the one who said it. Any excuse?
I thought it didn't bother you.
Well, when I'm at home, I like a bit of peace and quiet, but if she's going to be popping in every 5 minutes...
Oh, I hate to disillusion you, love, but I'm afraid Lucille hasn't got a crush on you after all. She'd rather have Billy Fury any day.
Oh, well, thank heaven for that, then. What do you want the photograph for?
Oh, not for herself.
I told you, jumping to conclusion, as far as these kids are concerned, your hubby is just a grey-haired old square.
Oh, I don't know. Rita doesn't think so.
Who's the ex-Rita?
She's the girl the photo was for. She thinks you're the dreamiest thing walking on 2 legs.
I don't even know anybody called Rita.
Rita Spears. You should. She goes to Bessie Street.
Oh, Rita! Well, it must be off your rocker. I've hardly ever spoken to the girl. So...
Is that what?
Are you trying to push me into the arms of another woman?
I'll even make you sandwiches to take with you.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it for a bit. No more stone-throwing Websters for a week or so. No more infatuated females. Not till next term, anyway.
There you are, darling. Just keep this round your neck, your lovely neck, and then you won't lose it, will you?
Stop it.
Hey, what are we having, love?
I'm having ravioli.
Oh, well, you know me, I'll try anything once.
You wouldn't by any chance be inviting yourself to tea, would you, Mr. Fairclough?
Mrs. Tallard, I thought you'd never asked me.
You know, I could have kicked myself when I found out what I'd done.
Hey, you know, if I go on like this, I might just as well move in here, mightn't I?
Don't worry, it won't happen twice.
No, I mean, it's a permanent job for a likely lad.
Hey?
You know, like them fellas always painting the Forth Bridge.
What are you churring about?
Servicing the Tanner fortifications. Hey, I tell you what, though, you don't live like Mrs. Sharples.
I don't look like Mrs. Sharples. Will you do me no favours?
I'll suffer.
Are you sure you slammed that front door too?
No, darling, I left it wide open with a dirty big notice on saying everybody welcome, especially bailiffs. Don't be so daft he won't come this time of night. I mean, even bailiffs have got homes to go to.
Swindley, I do think you should let well alone. You know what Mrs. Tanner's like when her temper's roused.
One must never be afraid to face the consequences of one's actions, Miss Student.
But it wasn't your fault.
But Mrs. Tanner thinks it was. And therein lies the crux of the matter. It's not only my own veracity which is at stake, but the goodwill of Gamma Guards.
I suppose you know best. Good night, Mr. Swindley.
Good night, Miss Student. Get knitted?
Perfectly well, you should have got the better ones. When do I ever buy rubbish? You know I never believe in false economy. My mother always said what is cheap is dear, and she was absolutely right.
What did I tell you?
Ah, they're all the same, Jack. I don't know why they trust us without. We can't do right for doing wrong.
Well, in Jack's case, I'm afraid that happens to be very near the truth. I suppose I shall have to go myself in the morning. I'll be with you in a minute.
You've no need, I'll go.
Hey, watch it, Jack. You'll probably bring them back with spots on instead of stripes.
You're telling me.
Hey, by the way, have you got a bottle of wine and a drop of sweet sherry?
Bottle of wine? You're coming it, aren't you?
Oh, I had a letter from Liverpool this morning.
Liverpool?
Yeah, Jed Stone. £22.10 in 10-bob postal orders.
Oh, I come. That comes under the heading of surprises, doesn't it, eh? A bottle of dinner wine, did you say?
Yeah, oh, a couple of half bottles, you know. Concepta likes white, I like red.
Yes, is it, love? Bring those stout.
And I like potatoes in my hot pot, but it seems I'm getting too fat.
Any time before Monday, you know. We got some friends coming in. It's just to save me carting it back from town.
I dare say I'll be able to lay my hands on a bottle or two somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know why we can't have lager. It's not nicer than swilling down a steak with lager, you know. But...
No need to say it. The missus prefers.
Harry Hewitt's buying wine.
Oh, it with them posh new friends of them coming round. Them from the centrally heated semis.
Oh, by, come on, give you that, Ena. You don't miss much.
Oh, I've got my sauces.
Oh, yes, I saw you chatting to Lucille outside Butcher's.
Well, if their house is anything like our Lily's, I shouldn't be surprised if Harry Hewitt doesn't start getting nags.
Start? She started up the day they got married. Not that she's got much cause to grumble with some I could mention.
Oh, you're right there. She's got a good husband, a nice little family, and a lovely little home.
She won't think it's so lovely when she sees them new houses. Our Lily's just had her bathroom done over in pale pink tiles.
Yes, but what about her neighbours?
Oh, I couldn't say for them. Well, I don't know. I think I remember our Lily saying something about the neighbour on the right having a green plastic mermaid.
No, I mean, are they nice and homely?
Oh, well, they keep themselves very much to themselves in these better class districts, you know. Not like round here when everybody knows what day you change your vest.
Oh, I wouldn't like that. I like it round here, more friendly.
Round here? They wouldn't give a blind man the time, most of them.
Oh, Ena, that's not true. I've always found everyone very kind and helpful.
It's because you're helpless. They've got a weakness for dumb animals in this country.
But when they come back from their holidays in Spain, our Lily's having a new cocktail bar put in her lounge. All black glass with silver squiggles.
Brotherhood of the working class. It's a right policy, that is. Fair weather friends, all of them. Can live alone and die alone for most of them.
Ena, that's not true, and you're upsetting me.
I'll never forget last New Year's Eve amongst a lot of other things. Sitting there singing Auld Lang Syne all by myself.
You make me sick, the lot of you. You wouldn't raise a finger to help me if I was on my last gasp.
Don't be daft, Elsie. This is something different.
You were involved as much as I am.
You've made your protest, Elsie, and we admire your foreign. But is there any sense in making real trouble?
Trouble and me have been pals, Mr. Walker, ever since I sucked my first dummy. And what's going to happen tomorrow morning? That's what I want to know when the bailiffs come. What's going to happen? What are you going to do? Stand there, the lot of you, and cheer them all on?
Oh, I don't think there'll be any question of enforcing his way in love. He's not allowed.
Not allowed? Like I'm a controlled tenancy. They can't take me furniture. Oh, no, thank you very much.
Well, what are you going to do then, Elsie?
We'll have to wait till tomorrow morning and see. And another thing we'll find out tomorrow morning and all. Whether you handsome lot are men or flaming mice.
You know, love, I think we really ought to think about taking out a bigger policy.
Oh, not just now.
You always say that when I'm trying to be serious.
I don't. I'm the most practical one of the pair of us. You know that as well as I do.
That's a laugh. Here, come on. No, but seriously, love, if anything were to happen to me, there wouldn't be much left for you, would there? All right, I know you don't like talking about these things, but we've got to be realistic.
Oh, give it me back.
Hey, isn't this one of your tidying up Uncle Albert nights or something?
Are you trying to get rid of me?
Yes, naturally. She'll go out by the front door, a troop of dancing girls coming at the back.
It wasn't dancing girls I was thinking about. More like schoolgirls, Bessie Street schoolgirls.
Oh, Rita Spears.
Yes, Rita Spears.
Well, listen, my little green-eyed nagging spouse. This girl is a flat-chested adolescent from Bessie Street, not Lolita Hayes from the USA.
Anyway, I've been thinking perhaps it would be a good thing if you took out a bigger insurance policy.
Tell me something. Do women ever follow a single train of thought at a time?
No, that's why we're so clever. So if you did insure yourself for, say, 50,000 or so, and then decided you prefer a younger woman, I'd be all right, wouldn't I?
How do you work that out?
Might be rather interesting to be a rich young widow. Sweetheart, little Rita Spears has come to see you.
Hello, Mr. Barlow. I've just come to bring your book back.